This is Slim here with a complete solo stealth bank heist. So, if the commentary does get annoying to you, as it might, I'd prefer you to just mute me and watch the gameplay, because the gameplay is better than the commentary. So, here we go. This is actually my first attempt at stealthing, because I've always had stealth perks, but I've always gotten carried by people. So, I've never really stealthed by myself because the whole concept kind of scared me. But I've watched enough tutorials and seen my friends do it enough that with all my perks I thought I'd go for it. And my first key to stealth in this, I guess I'll kind of throw in some tips, is my concealment. My concealment is 3. It is 3, so I can pretty much be inside of a guard and they won't notice. Because I have a car 4 and I forget what this pistol's called, like the Gruber Koss or something like that, silenced. And then my car 4 big tip is, if you keep the suppressor on your car 4, your concealment is around 20. If you take it off, I got down to 7 with a locomotive secondary. So I also bought cameras, body bags, anything for stealth. And then a grenade case, because I still need that achievement. And then I have 2 jammers. I don't have overdrive yet. That's probably the next perk I'll invest in. I was checking body bags there, and then my finger slipped, so basically, I know the commentary's not that good, so please, before clicking off, just mute me, throw on some music, and watch this. But, yeah, I know this gets a bit sloppy, but another thing is, almost every stealther should know this, always mark when you can. Pretty much have a finger on that F key. Check for a camera there. Then I just beat this guy with my 305. And like an idiot, I actually ended up missing that key card. And then I'm not really worried about health, which is why I do this. Because if it goes loud, I'm just gonna quit. And then always run and get new body bags, because this is under the new patch. So every time you get a kill, if you can, unless you get swarmed by 2, and then you have to page and body bag both of them. And getting cameras on solo kind of seems useless, but you could just kind of mark people for a second, get an idea, do it, count of all the guards. That guy scared me. No one saw him, luckily. So I just wanted to answer and get him bagged, because street civvies could see me, and if a guard did another patrol, they could see me. So just get him bagged and get him in this dumpster. And then, so I would say, if a guard spots you, not a god, I hope God doesn't spot you in Payday, but if a guard spots you and he's really close, just kind of fire on whatever silenced weapon you have till he's down and go from there. So this takes a bit long, but like I said, this is my first stealth, so I played very cautiously, and I'm pretty proud of it, because I've never stealthed the bank before. And then this guy, this was the one I was more worried about, because any guards that loop, and there's civvies right there that should have been able to see him. And this is my second pager right here, and I have 4 because I have smooth talker, which is almost a necessity if you're stealthing, especially solo. If you don't have smooth talker, you might as well just be running through guards, and you can't drill vault like that. And then off to get more body bags. I do have the audio muted, so hopefully this is loud enough. I'm not getting any playback. But, So there's that guard. And I couldn't mark him. I tried to strafe and mark him, and it didn't work. There. You can see my concealment's so good, I just stared straight at him, and he's just like, oh, is someone there? And my car 4 is really not that hard. I just have, I think, the upper receiver, folded stock, stealth barrel. I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, and then I have the one mag that gives you more concealment at the price of ammo, but I never use my car 4. I always just keep it there for concealment. And you can see all the civs there. I got 2 back there. A guy on a bench. Like that. I did get the nice vault. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the vault that's in the back part of the bank, not the one behind the tellers. It's a much easier vault to do this on. So to this point, I've done 2 pagers. And I thought they actually detected me. And it said they did. So I just threw an ECM, like, they're civs, I can go handle them. And then there's no card there, so that was a waste. But just always, if you have 2 ECMs, just always throw one down if you see a couple exclamation points, and you could probably get it from there. And I was looking here for the key card, and it's right there. But this, I don't have the good security room, or else this would have been even easier. But so I had to come around the back of the bank. And you see I punched the air in frustration, but I really wasn't that mad. Really, this first part's actually the harder part. The other part is just a waiting game. And then you just gotta pick this. I would not bring a saw or C4 to this. So if you blow that door. I do not presume you can keep your stealth game going, but hey, what do I know? This is my first time stealthing this. I can stealth 4 stores so easy, but so can anyone. And that camera, you just kind of have to like it, because I don't want to waste an ECM on that. And I just pound them. And this is my 3rd pager. Because I killed the 2 other guards. So, answer this, and then just spag him. And I think I just toss him down. Yeah. And then I just make sure that, see, there's a guard there that I spotted. I probably should have moved this bag out back, but hey, no one spotted it, because they would walk to the sec office. Then we walk back around to the main side. Past all those cars. I was parkouring on those cars in an earlier video, so check that out. Parkour in Payday 2. And then I figured I'd deal with these civs. And the amazing thing is they didn't yell. There's civs in this little cubicle, there's civs behind me. And then here I accidentally grabbed the package. And then there's civs to my left. So that whole cubicle is loaded down with civs, and I just captured the 2 that I could see and hear anything in. They're fine, and I'm just going to move them up to this corner, because there shouldn't be any roof patrols after I killed all those guards.
Follow me.
Yeah. Sorry, I was alt-tabbing out to do a Steam message, which I know I should have just shift-tabbed. But,
Come with me.
and I like this new feature, Overkill Pin, where you're going to move hostages. Because not having those guys right there in the lobby, in case a civvy does come around, they don't see people tied up. And then if they see me, I can just go and spam F and get them to sit down. So, there it is. And then I grab these planks, I don't really know why. Just to have. But after I have, because I have most of the guards down, I think. Besides that one in the corner with the lobby. And that is the side of a shelf, but I always thought it was a person every time I walked in here carrying bags. But yeah, I'm just gonna set up the drill, and this is kind of where the waiting game starts. And I'm just kind of looking to make sure. And like I said, they can't hear this, and there's civvies on the back side of that cubicle and on the right. So I just got the civvies that can directly see this. I took down the sec office, of course, and then I killed only 2 guards. But to mention in this gameplay, I thought, because there's 4 bags in there, I forgot I had a manager in there. So I thought I had actually killed 3 guards, or 4 guards. I have killed 3. So I thought I'm out of pagers, which is why I didn't get that lure that last guard and kill him. So I basically just wait for the drill, but something interesting happens. Like I said, I have 3 pagers. At the time, I thought I had 4 pagers. So and then this guy walks out, and he turned red, and I didn't shoot. I just hit F, and somehow he dominated. And here's my 4th pager that I thought was my 5th. So I'm sitting there answering this, like, holy shit, is this gonna work? And it does, and I'm like, oh, thank God. Although I wish I would have just shot him, because the whole time I was drilling, I was freaking out, like, is a civ just gonna turn in that door and see a guard tied up right there? But spoiler alert, they didn't. But yeah, you can see that guy just walked out, so make sure you keep an active count on your guards. And then it's just a waiting game. But yeah, that scared me so much. Luckily I was sitting here not across the way, but he didn't even shoot. I actually clicked F to spot him, and it just instantly brought him down. Like I just hit F and it was just like, undone, okay. So now, this is the only repair I had to do on the drill, which is nice. Normally there's like 3. But you can see, you can actually, this vault is so easy because I'm not sure if there's still a guard alive. There might be, but, or at least not tied down. But you have the tellers who both have buttons. So I did keep that ECM, but if I was doing the other way, which I might try to do the other way, it's good. You have to get, I already have like the 6 or 5 or whatever cable ties, but that's not enough, so you just have to end up sitting there with either control freak or shooting. Then you also have street civvies, but you also don't have enough body bags to just shoot people anymore. So overkill really made this hard stealthing. Except if you, this back vault, like you can see I mean really, you just kind of let the guard, when the manager's out and he's either on the roof or outside, I always kill him. You can tie him up, but I don't know, killing one guy isn't too big to me. Although if I was doing the other vault, I probably would tie him up to save some money for killing. But then I just check if he has the card. If he does, we're on the roll. If not, you have to go into his office. And you see that ECM I burned. I'm not really too mad I burned it because over both their heads it said red, which means, you know, they could call or yell or run. So I just put down an ECM, like if they do anything while they're red, if I ECM, well, they can't really do anything, so I can walk up, get them dominate, and tie them up, move them. But it turns out it said they were red, and I got in just at the last second, and they didn't notice, so I dealt with them later anyway. So before you start getting hostages and tip for use, get down at least most of your guards. For sure, get down the security room. That's normally my first priority when going into a bank is manager, security room, patrolling guards, and then hostages, and then drill. Oh, I guess there was 2 breakdowns. My bad. But once you kind of do all that, I'm so surprised I was able to get that guy dominated. Like, shooting him wouldn't have been a problem, but I just dominated him, trying to spot him. And when he instantly went dominated, I was like, oh, thank you. Like, he's just got that few. Because if he shoots, your whole gig's up. So that's why I just spray. You have 14 shots with this pistol, just spray them if they notice you. Like that one guy that came around the corner and saw me. Just go pow, pow, pow. Or I have such a high concealment, I could probably just run around the corner and they wouldn't notice, but that's pretty much all you have to do in a bank vault. And then you just have to sit here watching the drill counter count down. But you could see with this one, anyone besides those two front desks, you could see from the left, anyone on the other side of that cubicle can't hear this. The front lobby can't hear this. So I also didn't disable a single camera, so no guards circled around to get those. So this isn't overkill, this is very hard, but it's the first bank heist that popped up. And I wanted to stealth, so. Here I think it's open. Yep. And now here's where I actually got pretty nervous. Because I was just like, I don't want, oh, just replying. I was actually checking my recording time and size at the minute. But this is where I really got nervous, was I didn't want a street civvy to see me with money or anything and then ruin the whole thing when I got this far. But that's also having two ECMs. To me, there's a couple very important stealth skills. One is your basic ECM, and then there's double ECM, just to suppress anything, which isn't even a stealth skill. And then smooth talker. With the old updates, also cleaner was. Well, I guess it still is. I guess you can only buy body bags if you have cleaner, but whatever. I like the old cleaner better, where you could bag unlimited people. But I know overcost to make it challenging, so I started running this money individually, and then I got smarter. But if you stealth, I would suggest you can, if you're way too nervous about getting caught, just run one bag and be done. But I mean, if you stealthed it this far, I of course just tried to get all the money, because money's nice. And there's a civvy there, and I didn't want to wait on him, which I probably could have just walked up and down them, but so I just dropped that at the trash can and went back for another one. And you could, because I got it this far, I figuratively could just sit there and lockpick every safety deposit box, but I do not have the patience for that. Believe me, the time that would take, I do not have the patience for that. The nice thing about this is you really can get this done with basic stealth skills. To be 100% honest, the highest perk you need in any tree is smooth talker. I do have higher than that, of course, and I have a lot of points put in, but you could, when I go infamous, maybe I'll get a little stealth gameplay of me doing this, like a level 5. Or, you need smooth talker, but other than that, like dominator you don't need, because you can just kill them all. And then you just need an ECM. But I do have this ECM, so I always try to keep an ECM for. Now I would have used this, like I said, if it was the other vault, I would have put it up behind the teller booth while I shot them, and then downed everyone. But keeping one is nice in case. Really, I keep all of them. There's no need, if you have this one, to have to use a single ECM. Except for like situations where you get caught. and then there's a double semi-crossing, and you can see they can't spot me. My concealment's too good, so I just kind of split them right in the middle. But I always, like this you can do without ECM, because you just don't need it at all. You do if you have the other vault, because you need one to use on the tellers, because they both have buttons, so they'll hit the alarm immediately. And if you have the front vault, I would not worry about the back, except for guards. But whatever vault you have, don't do the opposite room civvies, because that's just dumb. They can't hear. And honestly, I would just quit if you don't have this vault, and then just come back and see if you get this vault, because this vault's everything. I mean, I could have honestly done this all shooting, or not shooting, melee, but I actually did most of it melee. And then there, I started getting detected, so here's what I did. It wasn't anything serious, but because I only had one bag left, I just threw down a jammer. So, save your jammers until, if you have this vault, don't use a jammer until, like, when I had 2 red marks, that's when I burned my first one. So, thank you all very much for watching and or listening. And I really don't care if that was and or, but this is Slim with my first ever stealth mission. Thanks for watching. Slim out. This is Slim here with a complete solo stealth bank heist. So if the commentary does get annoying to you, as it might, I'd prefer you to just mute me and watch the gameplay, because the gameplay is better than the commentary. So here we go. This is actually my first attempt at stealthing, because I have